Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadasivam once again with you, and in today's video we are going to talk about the center continuing with its borrowing targets and some information regarding that, and the secondly RBI and Bank of Russia discussing various options to enable trade between India and Russia. We are going to talk about why the wheat procurement is going to be down by 27%. We will also talk about the government's warning of project foreclosures if timelines are not met under the National Corridor Program. We will also talk about Maruti's plan to launch new models. We will also talk about JCB's investment of approximately 1,000 crores. Now, center to continue with borrowing targets. Now, the government will proceed with its borrowing plan. The bond yields have strengthened because bonds are a source of income, source of funds for the government to meet the capex targets. Now, it is expected that the states are likely to borrow less, especially after the central transfers in the month of March. These are highly technical points, so I don't want to go too much into it. Center offers aids to state governments, etc., etc. Now, the gross domestic borrowing is expected at approximately 50 lakh crores. Now, both the central government and the Reserve Bank of India, they are keeping a very close watch on the bond market because of geopolitical developments. So first half, it is expected that the government will approximately borrow 8 lakh crores, which is 8 trillion rupees. I'm talking about the borrowing plan. And secondly, in one of the earlier videos, we talked about the rupee-ruble trade between India and Russia, especially as far as oil and other energy exports are concerned. Now, the Reserve Bank of India officers and the Russian Central Bank officers, they met for the first time to discuss modalities in terms of how you can enable these trades, which typically is paying for your goods and services in rupees and rubles. Now, some kind of a regulatory framework is being created, and it is expected that it will help sustain bilateral trade and of course the banking operations also. We are all aware that the sanctions imposed by US on Russia has affected supplies in a very major way. Now, we are talking about this wheat procurement, and we've already talked about the subject that the government's procurement of wheat will be down by 27%. Now, look at the production estimate of the country for the next year is approximately 111 metric tons. Now, the procurement target is only 44 tons, right? Now, this increase of price of wheat in the mandis is approximately 1.5 to 2 rupees per kg. There are lots of factors, and some of the factors are the rise in the exports today because the price in the outside market is more than the MSP, which is the minimum support price fixed by the Government of India. And also, there is a much increased global demand, and because of this global demand, the prices have always been on the increase, and therefore most farmers are willing to export wheat to foreign countries rather than selling it to the government on MSP, right? So now we have talked a lot about infrastructure push, capex, etc., etc. Now recently, there has been a statement from the Minister Ph.D. that the government has warned of project foreclosures if the timelines are not met under the National Corridor Program. Ph.D., who is our Commerce and Industry Minister, remember this very, very important. It's a very important question. He clearly warned that the government will foreclose all these projects wherever the states fail to deliver land in a time-bound manner. The states have to take ownership, guys. And what Ph.D. is saying is very correct. Job creation is paramount, very important. The land should be linked with milestones, time-bound, because that is one which is going to create jobs, and that is the objective of the government, and states have to cooperate. Now we will talk about Maruti. Maruti is planning slurry of products. Not very important from a competition point of view, but we need to know something that is happening in the car market. Kishahi Kuechi is the MD of Maruti, new MD. Now they are planning new range of SUVs, right? Okay, that's it. Guys, very important. JCB is investing 1000 crores in India. You're all aware that JCB is a UK based construction major. They are investing more than 1000 crores, and that will be a dedicated export facility for critical parts and components for global operations, and that will be in Gujarat. Now JCB will consolidate all its exports under one single roof, and of course they will use the private ports in Hazira to ship various components, fabrication parts around the whole world, guys. JCB to the global JCB global supply chain, a real example of make in India for the world. Okay guys, this is Dr. Sadasivam signing off till we meet again. Bye bye, Jai Hind.